Hey, Pablo Gunner here for a Nerdy Fitness vlog. Welcome back. So, I just got done with my second hardcore, my second cardio workout, my hardcore cardio, it's a hardcore workout, it's more hardcore. Anyways, and it's the second one. So, that was pretty intense, got a good sweat out. I was actually going to do it last night, but last night I was so freaking tired because I only got like 4 hours of sleep yesterday. So I was at court for like over an hour. It's annoying because it's like, yeah, it's my fault because I got a ticket. It was stupid. This is what happened. So I was going like 10 over the speed limit in front of a state police officer. And so he pulled me over. It was like he was following me for like probably a few miles, and I didn't slow down. I was like, I'm only going 10 over on the highway, so screw it. He pulled me over. So he saw me in uniform. He was being nice and stuff, and he's like, hey, did you get off the guard and stuff? And I was like, yeah, sure. I was out of it. I was tired. And then I showed him my stuff. And he couldn't find a current insurance thing. And he was like, well, I pulled you over for speeding, but I couldn't find your insurance thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to give you a speeding ticket, but you're going to have to go to the courthouse and show him an up-to-date insurance. And so, and then I talked to him a little bit. I had to go, sign the paperwork over at his vehicle and stuff like that. He was a nice guy. So, but 2 weeks after that, I actually spaced out. 2 weeks after that, I was like, oh crap, I need to go. So I went to the state court, in Santa Fe, and it freaking, like, oh man, I am glad I'm not doing, like, huge props to law enforcement, because just being there was like, it was a nightmare. Just like the scum of the earth coming in and out of that place. It's horrible. And I'm saying that because I've worked at a jail before, I've worked at a prison before, so I know firsthand they are scum of the earth. And you can see it on the police officers' faces, like, God, I have to deal with these people constantly. Huge props to them for dealing with society's pieces of shits constantly. So anyways, I was there, and it didn't take that long, but they couldn't find my ticket, and they're like, oh yeah, come back next week. And it's like, what? Like, it's not my fault. You're gonna make me come back? I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. So I went back, and so that's why I went back yesterday. I had to wait even longer. It was like an hour, and I was like, all right, lady, you know what? The lady was like, well, can I just get your number and we can call you? And I was like, I don't live in town. I was like, and I have to, I have a drive. So she's like, okay, well, she kept looking. And then like I said, at the hour point, I was like, screw this. I went up there and I was like, you know what, lady, I don't have time for this. I have to work tonight, and I still have a drive home and stuff. So she's like, oh, I'm sorry, and sorry we couldn't find your thing. And I was like, well, is it just so I don't have to come back here? So we worked it out and everything like that. And she's apologizing. And I was like, I get it. It's my fault I got the ticket. I screwed up. I did have up-to-date insurance, but he didn't find it in the pile of stuff that was in there. I had too many expired ones in there. I actually found it, like, when I got back to the car, I found it. And I was like, screw it, whatever. So, yeah, that was a pain. So that took forever. I got home late, and so I had to edit the podcast. So I finished editing the podcast, and it sucks when, like, I'm almost done, and then everything just starts taking forever, and it's just piling up. So I did not go to bed until late. That's it. It's super important, because that's the thing, is if you want to work out, but you just don't have the energy. How are you supposed to have the energy to work out if you don't have enough sleep? So, it's very important to get sleep. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll do the lazy elliptical, as I like to call it. I did the elliptical. I think I did like 2 miles for 30 minutes. It was pathetic. And I haven't been listening to a lot of music lately. Like, I have listened to Off the Wall by Michael Jackson, which is a solid album. I also I listened to Injustice for All. I downloaded like a lot of Metallica stuff. And yeah, so nothing specific though. I just kind of just put it on shuffle. Renegades of Funk is a sweet workout jam, it seems. I like to listen to Hercules. You Can Go the Distance. That's a great one if you're running. So yeah, and then what else? So yeah. I've been just listening to a lot of podcasts, Game Scoop, Video. I'm not even gonna mention them because I don't want to give them any. Not because I don't know. It's just one of the guys did something like immoral on the podcast, and I was like, nope, not listening to this podcast anymore. So I listen to Adam Carolla podcast. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. So and then I ate a sandwich on the way to work yesterday. Then I ate my salmon burger. It was weird though, cause like I ate a cheese stick. So I was like, I was not that hungry, you know. Even after my lazy workout, I was not hungry. So I was like, okay, fine. But I was a little bit hungry, so I had a cheese stick, and then I was good for a while, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to eat for a few hours, because I have to give this guy a break, so I did that. So I was like, oh, screw it, I'll warm up food. So I ate half of my salmon burger and half of my green beans. I still had half of it left, so I threw it back in there. And I was like, oh, I'll eat it later, or I might eat something else. I had like a little oatmeal cup, you know, so I was like, I might have that for breakfast, or I might do the rest of my sandwich. So ended up working out that I did eat my sandwich instead. That's what I was feeling, hankering for, so that's what I had for breakfast. Which I had to open up this post extra like an hour early, and there's no traffic. It was the dumbest thing ever. Like, it's easy, it's cake, it's easy money, it's just dumb. So yeah. So yeah, that's all I had. I had a peach just now after my hardcore workout. And yeah, and I stayed hydrated. Oh yeah, I read Lazarus Volume 3, phenomenal. I had read it before, but rereading it was like in trade. It was so good because I read it in issues with the Ambassador back in the day, the Ambassador J-Bems. And so yeah, it was a phenomenal read. I finished. I think I already mentioned Supergirl. So I started watching Flash. Picked up Flash again. Like, I think I'm like on like, I don't know. I'm like halfway through already. So yeah. And Flash is pretty solid. So yeah. And that's you know, and I'm playing more Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, and that's always freaking phenomenal. That just keeps getting it better and better and better, but I keep sucking harder and harder. Well, not really. Slightly better, but slightly less, but I still suck. I finally fought lost to a Lionel many, many times, and was like, screw this, I can't win this fight. So I left. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. And yeah, so, hopefully I can get to play some more Splatoon, but I'm interested to see what the PlayStation Plus games and Xbox Live Gold games are, and see if they're worth checking out and playing and stuff. And if so, then I will I'll put the footage up on the site. So yeah, anyways, that's it for me. I would like to know what question that I had on my mind earlier, but now I can't remember it. What it was is I don't fucking remember. What the shit was it? What was I talking about? I don't remember. I can't remember a question. Fuck it. Maybe I'll add one later. So, stay nerdy, planet Earth. Love and peace. Stay fit, stay healthy.